All right, and just like that, another Summerslam is in the books. Summerslam night 1 and 2 is over, and we got the results that we got. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room because I know that's what a lot of people are here for. Brock Lesnar returning, but I'll address that in a second. But first, I want to address this. I'm doing audio only because it's late. SummerSlam just ended. I'm in the bed. I don't feel like getting in front of a camera, so we're going to do it this way. But besides that, guys, Brock Lesnar being back, am I shocked? No. Only because I knew that Brock Lesnar would be back anyway, based off like how the company is, what values they stand on, and the company's full of billionaires who don't really care about morality, but we're not going to get into that. But Brock Lesnar being back, I'm not shocked. I just thought it would be a couple years down the line, but he's back way sooner than I expected. And apparently he's after John Cena. John Cena is his prime target. What for? I have no idea. Now, I did see rumors online saying that John Cena requested this match, but you know, the internet is the internet and they could be saying anything. But John Cena's out the door, so if he did request it, I mean, hey, let the man do it. I don't really care to see it, but it is what it is. The second biggest thing coming out of this weekend was Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on CM Punk after 5 minutes and 10 seconds to become your new World Heavyweight Champion. Like, I wasn't, like, the only thing is, bro, like, we all knew that this would be a work. Like, a lot of us knew this would be a work. Like, Seth Rollins wasn't legitimately injured. He played it off really well. But a lot of people felt that this was going to be a work. And Seth Rollins cashing in to take the title off of Punk, this was a way to dodge Roman Reigns. Because Roman, for me, I was disappointed that he didn't come out and stop Seth's cash in. But the only thing is that it'll be a waste of a Money in the Bank briefcase, and we don't need that. But as far as everything else on the show, it was actually really good. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso was a really good match. I think that was a perfect opener for the show. It was actually on night 1 opening. I think the match was really good. Roman Reigns is still pulling out the high fly I see, over the top rope dive. You ain't did that in a minute, Unc. But let me chill, though. Roman Reigns, this is why he's one of the greatest, bro. Like, he'll bring it when he wants to bring it. But him and Jey Uso actually won the match. I expected Braun and Bronson Reed to win, only because if you want to establish a new faction, you want to get them over. But me thinking the way I think, Roman Reigns taking a loss doesn't hurt him. But I'm not against Roman Reigns taking a dub either. So he's a tribal chief. I acknowledge my tribal chief. But yeah, Roman and Jey Uso got the dub, and that was a great opening match. I really enjoyed that one. We followed it up by Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair for the women's tag team titles against Raquel and Roxanne of the Judgment Day. Now, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair ended up winning. The match was actually pretty good. The beginning was slow. It actually ended up being a really good match. Now, am I kind of disappointed Raquel and Roxanne didn't retain? Yes, because I feel like the Judgment Day was getting a little bit more interesting, like back to their glory days when they first had all the titles, but I'm not mad at it either. I mean, with the titles on Alexa and Charlotte, they'll make them feel more important. But yeah, they ended up getting the dub, and it was a pretty good match. I'll give them a solid, probably 7 out of 10 for that match. And then we get to Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Guys, let me tell you something. I am a big Karrion Kross advocate. I think this man is super talented, especially promo-wise. I don't know what they're doing with Karrion Kross. Sami Zayn already beat him once. I didn't feel like he needed to lose here, only because I'm like, why does Sami Zayn need this dub against Karrion Kross? Now, what I think they're trying to do is get Sami Zayn prepped for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania to win a world title, but I don't really want to see that, to be honest. I really want to see Karrion Kross get the dub. I'm just being flat out honest. I want to see Karrion Kross get the dub. The match was fine. I just think that Karrion Kross losing was very pointless. You even had people chanting, "We want Kross" during the post-show towards Triple H. And what does Triple H do? He says, "Oh, you got Brock Lesnar." He thought the crowd, well, he didn't think the crowd was saying Brock. He trolled them by saying, "Well, you got Brock Lesnar." I'm like, bro, all right, I guess. But let's move on. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill was a good match as well. Now, the only thing is this match was very short and Jade ended up losing. Now, I expected Jade Cargill to win because why would you have her win Queen of the Ring and beat Asuka, but she can't beat Tiffany Stratton? You see what I'm saying? The logic ain't logicking. But anyways, Jade Cargill ended up losing. Where does she go from here? I have no idea. Tiffany retained, so it's still Tiffy time. The next match we get is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm going to say this. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul saved this match. Jelly Roll was impressive. I just think that he's not a pro wrestler, which I know that he isn't, but I just don't think that, I want to see him wrestle again. I will salute him for taking that spot on the table, with Logan Paul, because Logan Paul did, the dive from the ring onto the announce table spot that he always does to go viral. Jelly Roll did take that spot nice and clean. He sold it pretty well. But for me, I just didn't really care to see this match. It was good, but like I said, Drew and Logan saved the match for me. And then we get to CM Punk versus Gunther, the main event of night one. Now, this match was very old school, very hard hitting. CM Punk took a lot of punishment, but this match was actually really well planned out, and I really enjoyed it. Now, Seth Rollins, I'm going to say this first. CM Punk ended up winning the match. He won the world title. He became world champion, but that lasted only 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Then you hear Seth Rollins' music hits. He comes out on the crutches. You think he's still injured. I'm like, there is no way. This man is definitely going to wobble down to that ring and fake hit him with a crutch and then cash in. That's what I thought was going to happen. But he ended up coming out, wobbling out, letting CM Punk know, hey, I got the briefcase. And you think Seth Rollins is turning around to go back on his crutches. But then this man stops, throws down the crutches, take off his glasses, take off his jacket, runs down to the ring, cashes in, and beats CM Punk for the world title. Roman, where you at, bro? And then we get to night two, which was tonight. So Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. This match cooked. This match really, really cooked. And it goes to show that you can put the ball in the women's part. The women are going to blow it out every single time. But Naomi ended up retaining the title by pinning Rhea Ripley. It was a roll-up pin, but Rhea ended up getting pinned. Now, I'm going to say this. Rhea had her shot. She had her shot. Naomi beat her. It's over. It is over. Do not try to make another excuse to throw Rhea into another title match, bro. It's over. She needs another feud. All right? But Naomi won. I think that was the right choice, and she is still your women's world champion. Then we get the match of the night, at least in my opinion. The match of the night, you have the tag team title match. It is a TLC match for the tag team titles of SmackDown. You got the YS6, the Street Profits, Fraxium. You got DIY. You got the Motor City Machine Guns. You got Andrade and Rey Fenix. Let me tell you something, man. This tag team division on SmackDown, if you let them cook, they will cook every single time. I honestly think this topped the match that they had on the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania, because this match was simply chaotic. And this goes to show me that this should have been on WrestleMania. The Street Profits should have been on WrestleMania with those fighting for those tag team titles with the other tag teams. That's what should have happened. It should have happened. They should have been on WrestleMania. But the YS6 ended up retaining the tag team titles, which I figured they would because they just won them. But that was definitely match of the night. 10 out of 10 stars. This match was match of the night for me. Match of the entire weekend. And then we follow that into Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the IC title. Now, after that tag team title match, I didn't really care to see anything else because I'm like, there's no way nothing else is going to top this, and it didn't. But not to say that everything else was bad. I just think that that match took the cake for me. But Becky versus Lyra was actually a really good match. Did it go longer than expected for me? Yes, because I'm like, okay, this match got to end at some point. But ultimately, Becky Lynch ended up retaining, which I didn't think would happen. Bayley did come out and interfere. She looked like she was going to strike Lyra Valkyria with an object, but she ended up attacking Becky Lynch instead. It ended up costing Lyra because she struck Lyra and Becky got the pin. Where does this go from here? Maybe a triple threat for the IC title. But that's how I see this going. But yeah, it was a good match, man. I can't complain. Becky Lynch also got a new theme song. The theme song actually sounds fire to me. I actually enjoy the theme song. Her old theme song is iconic, but this one sounded like it was really good. Now, we get to the next match, which I think was the weakest point of the entire weekend, and that was Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the IC title. I didn't really care for this match, and the match after it played out was why I didn't really care for it. I mean, it wasn't a terrible match, but it wasn't like a match I would go back and rewatch. It was the weakest match of the entire weekend. And my thing is, Solo Sikoa retained, and due to the Tongan's interference, shockingly. And my thing is, the post-match attack that Jacob Fatu did on the Tongans could have been done during the match. It would have made it more epic, but to do all that after the match, I don't get what the point of that was. It was very anticlimactic because Jacob already lost, so what was the point of doing all that? But anyways, yeah, so Solo Sikoa retained, and we'll see where they take it from there. Then we get to the Intercontinental Champion match with AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio. This was a really good match. I love the fact that Dominic Mysterio is getting the praise he deserves right now. This man has disassociated himself from Rey Mysterio. He's making a name for himself, completely different image. You know, a great work ethic. I think this man's actually having one of the more interesting title runs of today. Like, this man is actually doing his best work right now. But him and AJ actually cooked. Dominic ended up retaining due to the fact that Dominic took off his boot, bro, and smacked AJ with it. And the ref didn't see it. Dominic hit him with a frog splash. He got the 1, 2, 3, bro. So Dominic ended up retaining and keeping his title for the Judgment Day. And then we get to the main event, which is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody Rhodes was getting booed this entire match. I'm just like, yo, why y'all booing this man like this? I get John Cena turning face and all, but why y'all becoming fake on Cody like that, bro? I don't like that. So it was just basically like another WrestleMania replay because they were booing Cody like crazy and cheering John Cena. Now, I thought Cody Rhodes was going to turn heel. I thought this was going to push Cody to turn heel, but he did not turn heel, which I was slightly disappointed in, but I should have expected him to stay face. It became a super finisher kick out fest because I think Cody kicked out of 8 AAs, and then he got out of the STF, and then John Cena survived 4 crossroads, and a super A off the top rope, and then a AA through the table. I'm just like, hold on, how are y'all kicking out all this, bro? It's just Super Cena versus Super Cody at this point. So I'm like, somebody got to lose because this match is going on way too long. I think it was like 40 minutes. So anyway, John Cena ended up losing. Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads, finished the match. He won the title. They shook hands. Cody left. John Cena stayed in the ring for about another 5 minutes, and then you hear Brock Lesnar's music hit. Now, I was like, bro, are you serious? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? So when this happened, I was just thinking to myself, okay, bro, like either Brock Lesnar's been proven innocent or this company just doesn't care. They're going to bring him in until he's proven guilty. So this man, Brock Lesnar, walks down to the ring, circles around the ring, enters it. This man stares down John Cena, hits him with the F5, and then he just leaves. Now, like I said earlier, I believe this means that him and John are feuding. What for? I have no idea. Did John request this? I don't know. So we're going to have to wait and see. But that was basically SummerSlam, y'all, because me personally, like I said, I give SummerSlam a solid 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't like a terrible show, but it wasn't as bad as everybody's making it out to be on social media, but it was actually enjoyable. Night 2 was the better of the 2 nights. But yeah, guys, that was SummerSlam. And we're going to get ready for Raw tomorrow. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.